I want to go over one more time the builder's level, how to use it, and even how to set it up. It's really pretty important. If you're going to build a shed, you may be able to get by with a 4-foot level and a straight edge, maybe even a water level. But boy, if you can rent one of these tools, and they are at tool rental businesses, believe me, get one. Look at this. I've got the instrument set up. It's on a slope. And if you were to have a garden hose of water running on the other side of the instrument, the actual water would run down this direction. It would run right through the center of this instrument. That's why I have the 2 legs set up at 90 degrees to where the water would flow, and the 3rd leg is uphill from that, centered, so that this gives the instrument and the tripod tremendous stability on a slope. You don't want to set it up with the single leg down here and the 2 legs up there. That would not be the way to do it. When you set the instrument up, you try to get the orange base as level as possible, and it's often good to maybe have a little torpedo level to try to get that as level as possible, because then it makes it a lot easier when you have to use the leveling screws underneath the instrument. And they will come with instructions to show you how to get the bubble right here. You might be able to see that, you know, perfectly level when you rotate the instrument around, and that's what's critical. In other words, that bubble has got to stay centered when you rotate this instrument, because I'm going to be rotating it around like this to look at all 8 different piers. Now here's what we're going to do, and I'll explain that right now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to establish the top of the highest point of ground kind of underneath the shed. And the reason why I want to do that is I've decided I want to have 6 inches of air space underneath the bottom of the floor joist on this shed. I don't want the floor joist contacting the ground. That's just, to me, not a great idea. I already know that my floor joists are 11 1/4 inches high, and I'm going to add a 3/4 inch layer of treated plywood on top of that. So that makes it nice. That's an even 12 inches. So once I determine the highest point of ground underneath the shed using this instrument, I just have to add 18 inches to that, and that is going to be the top of the floor. All right, so I'm just trying to walk you through this. And once you know what that elevation is, because remember, this instrument that I showed you, it shoots a level line across the building, you know, just some baseline. And we will then be able to do the mathematics, and I will show you that in another video, how you do the math so that you can figure out how long each of those 6x6 posts has to be at each of the pier locations. And the odds are none of them are going to be the same, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is that the top of each pier is equal to, the top of each post is equal to the height of all the others, because that means that the floor, once the floor joists are put or resting in a notch inside that post, that means the floor is going to be level. It's really pretty simple when you think about it. So, but you need to understand how to use the builder's level, you need to understand how to set it up, and make sure that that bubble is level when you rotate it, and absolutely be very careful around the instrument. Don't bump into the legs. Don't let other people bump into the legs. Try to set it off to a position where it's not going to be hit, and you're going to be in really, really good shape. I'm Tim Carter for AsktheBuilder.com.
If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to AsktheBuilder.com.